Did you know that this 26-year-old makes $170,000 a year going on vacations? And these two friends, Ben and Jeff at Dollar Sprout, is making $200,000 a month in the most competitive niche you can get into. And this mom right here made $760,000 a year. And if she can do it with a baby on her lap, I bet you can do it too. And they've all made their fortune by being the Google middleman. And this is a business that was started from zero, and they worked on it from their living room. So what exactly is Google middleman? So there are 99,000 searches on Google happening every single second, which is around 8.5 billion searches every single day. And around half of that are searches related to purchases. So for example, this keyword gaming laptop is being searched 368,000 times per month in the US alone. And this is the potential to make a lot of money. For example, last week I was searching for a new coffee machine. So I went to Google and searched for the best espresso machine. And I click on this website, the Wirecutter, and after reading recommendations and the review article, I click on the Amazon link and I ended up buying this machine right here. Now because I click on the Amazon link and made a purchase, the Wirecutter gets a cut of that sale called an affiliate commission. Now that's what's called a Google middleman. You're essentially the middleman between a Google search and a purchase. You're basically a mediator that says, here's the product recommendation and here's the review and here's the link to purchase the product. And as you can imagine, there are 368,000 other people who did the same exact thing as I did, who went through the review websites and some of them eventually made a purchase. And that's exactly how the Wirecutter made millions of dollars being the Google middleman. And the business was so lucrative, the New York Times bought it for $30 million in 2016. Now you might be thinking, alright Jason, that sounds great, but it sounds so unattainable. I'm not trying to make $30 million right now. I'm just an average person who just wants to build a business that I can start from home. Well, let me ask you something. What do you think these three people have in common? Well, they all started from zero, just like everybody else. And you're not trying to make $30 million next week. That is the potential and that's the end result. Ben and Jeff from Dollar Sprout started posting content back in 2015 and saw a few months of no money coming in. But as you can see, they kept grinding and eventually the traffic started to come in and the money begins flowing in. And they came in fast, as you can see here. And the best thing about this is that there's essentially no cap in how much you can earn. And Michelle also started her website from nothing and she kept working on it until at one point she only had to work 4 hours a week living on a sailboat. Now the best thing here is that we're living in a world of AI. And we're going to take advantage of these AI tools to create the content for us, helping us do most of the work. And keep in mind that ChatGPT wasn't around back then when they started. So imagine how much quicker you can make money with AI tools today. So there's a reason why this business ranks pretty high on my list. And if you're a beginner, you might want to pay attention to this. Number one, affiliate income is very passive. And it's probably the most passive form of the passive income types. Because once you have your articles written and your affiliate link set up, all you need to do is sit back and it's just a matter of time until you get the sales. And number two is that it doesn't take a lot of money to start. What if I told you that you can start with less than the price of a burrito at Chipotle? So all you need is a domain name, which is about $9 to $10 a year, or just $5 if you sign up for 2 years. And the other thing you need is a hosting platform, like a hosting gear for just $299 a month. And you can click on my link below to get these super low prices. And number three is that it's a business that can be outsourced in the long run. So you don't have to show your face or be in a video like a YouTube channel or a TikTok. So if you have some capital to work with, you can even hire a website designer or freelance writers to write the articles for you. But of course, in the beginning, you should do all these things yourself for free and outsource them as you scale your operations. Now, it's not always going to be as glamorous as it appears to be. I always like to tell you the good and the bad. So the only downside to this is that these websites can take a bit of time to generate revenue. It could take maybe 4 to 6 months or even a year to see some money. And that all depends on how many articles you have and how quickly you post them. But when the money starts coming in, they come in fast. But I have some tips and tricks on how to expedite the entire process. And I'll share that with you later in the video. So follow along until the end. Alright, so here's the fun part. I mentioned before that the way these websites make money is through affiliate links. But what if I told you there are 5 more ways you can make money from a single article? Yes, the same article can potentially produce 4 to 5 times the income without having to do anything else. So the second most common way to monetize is from display ads. So if you see here, this website also made money from the ads displayed. A lot of people start with Google AdSense, which only pays you about $2 to $3 per 1,000 views. But not a lot of people know that you can get paid higher rates if you sign up with ad networks like Mediavine or Ezoic, who pays $15 to $30 per 1,000 views instead of $2 to $3. But this will of course depend on the traffic on your website and the niche that you're in. For example, if you're in the finance or software niche, it will be a lot higher than, let's say, cooking or gardening. And the third way is to sell cost per click, or what you call CPC deals, where you charge brands on a cost per click basis instead of impressions. So if your website is able to generate a good amount of traffic, you can charge brands on every click that you generate. So essentially, you're already making money when someone reads the article. And on top of that, you still get additional affiliate commissions when somebody buys that product. So you're actually double dipping, and it's totally sweet, isn't it? Now the fourth way is to sell placements. So let's say you're writing an article about the 10 best laptops for gaming. If you have a good amount of traffic, you can start charging brands thousands of dollars for you to place them as number 1 or 2 on the list. Because the first 3 items is probably going to get 80 to 90% of the clicks. So they would definitely fight and pay to get the top spot, because it will generate significantly more sales for them. And now the fifth way to monetize is to sell digital products on your website. And the reason I put this last on the list is because you do need an audience to sell digital products or courses. So if you're just starting out, nobody's going to buy your products. And if I were starting out, just focus on building content first. But if you already have consistent flow of traffic every single month, it's really easy to monetize your traffic by selling digital products. For example, if you're running a finance blog, maybe you can sell budgeting templates or finance tracker spreadsheets. And maybe if you're in the fitness niche, you can sell your workout tutorials or fitness tracker templates. The ideas are endless. So you see how you can leverage one website, one audience, and produce 5 different streams of income. Now, before you want to create a website, you want to pick a niche. What do you want to write about? For example, I could write an article about how to clean a sofa, right? You can use a sponge, soap, and probably baking soda and start scrubbing away. But how are you going to make money on that? Well, somebody might buy a sponge or a soap, but that's just $3. Nobody's going to buy anything substantial from that. But you might be thinking, well, you can put ads on the article, yes, but that's about it. The CPM is going to be low, and you certainly won't be able to create a masterclass on how to clean a sofa, right? So you're limiting yourself to one way to monetize, which is ads. So how do you pick a good niche that ticks all the boxes, you might ask? Well, I would reverse engineer the whole concept and do a bit of research first. Which affiliate programs makes the most money? Well, what are the niches that provide high CPMs? Can you create digital courses or products in this niche? Or even, can you incorporate a YouTube channel in this niche? So these are the questions that you have to ask before deciding on a niche. And I also want to add that you also don't want to get into a super competitive niche like credit cards or finance, even though the CPM is really high. It will take a lot of time, and you'll be competing against big sites like NerdWallet or creditcards.com that already has a lot of authority in the eyes of Google. And it's just not worth the gamble. But the other way you can go is that you can promote SaaS products, which is software as a service, which is very hot right now. And I'm going to let you in a little secret here. If you get an affiliate commission on a SaaS product, it's generally a recurring commission. So let's say you sign up a customer, you'll get paid every single month after that. Some companies give you lifetime commissions, and some give you monthly commission for 12 months. So that's the beauty of being in the software niche. So even if something happens to your site for any reason, you'll still get paid every single month for affiliate sales. Now, the downside to this is probably competition is fairly high, but the good news is that there are tons of new software coming out every few weeks. So if you're early, you can capitalize on the keyword and rank quickly. All right, so once you've decided on a niche, the next step is to create the website. And I'm going to show you how you can create a website without writing a single line of code. And what I recommend using is WordPress. It's been around for 20 years and is built for good SEO. So with WordPress, you can easily drag and drop, and there are tons of free and paid plugins that you can use to customize your website. So once you've signed up for a hosting like Hostinger, you can click on the one-click install. A lot of these hosting sites now make it super easy to install WordPress on their servers. And once you click that, you'll have your new WordPress dashboard. And the next step is just that you want to find a theme to use, which is just a pre-designed website template that you can start using for your own website. So you don't have to write a single line of code. And the best template I found for WordPress is actually the Cadence theme. I've tested this myself, completely free and simple to use, but you can always upgrade to Pro for more features down the road. So as you can see here, they've got tons of styles to choose from, and I find that this theme is the easiest to customize and it's very fast. right? So page speed is also a ranking factor in Google. So you have to make sure that it doesn't take like 5 minutes to load your website. So this is really important. And the Cadence team will do just that. So if you're still here with me until this point, it shows that you're curious about this business. And I want to share some tips about how to get your website to rank on Google. Now, no matter how aesthetically beautiful your site is, if it's on page 100 of Google, nobody's going to see it. So let me teach you how to sneak in through the back door. Now, if you're making an article about coffee machines and try to rank on the keyword best coffee machines, yes, there's a good amount of search traffic, but you're going to be directly competing with big sites like the New York Times, Forbes, Tom's Guide, Tech Radar, which will always be a losing battle every time. These sites have been around for so long and Google considers them as an authority. And when it comes to ranking on Google, the more authority you have, the higher Google will rank you. So the trick becomes when you're first starting out, you want to try to rank for keywords that have less competition. And you can do this by getting more specific about the keyword. So in this example, if I search for best coffee machines for camping, there's a lot less volume, which is around 1,200 searches, which is not bad actually, but what you're going to see here that there are smaller websites ranking on top of Google. You see, the bigger websites like the New York Times or Forbes are only interested in writing articles about products that get the most amount of searches. They're not going to waste their time writing about articles about products that have lower search volume, because that won't really benefit them in any way, given their size and authority. But for us, this is the perfect way to enter the game and steal some of the traffic from these other websites. Now, you might think that 1,200 searches per month is not a lot, but we're going to be writing 10, 20, 30 plus, or even hundreds of articles. So in total, the traffic that will come to your website will be coming in really quickly. And once your website gets the authority and ranks on Google, you can start targeting the products with higher search volume. And you can get even more traffic that way. And that's exactly how sites like Making Sense of Sense and The Savvy Couple get tons of traffic to their website, even starting from zero. Now, there are a lot of free ways you can find keywords to target in the beginning. You can use Google itself, and if you search for a term in the search bar, so if you type in the best laptop for, Google is going to give you suggestions on what people have been searching for so far. And if you've noticed, whenever I enter the search term, I can see the estimated search volume every month. So you can download this Chrome extension from Surfer SEO. It's completely free, so whenever you search for something, it will give you the search volume. And you can also see the related keywords down here related to your search query. So it gives you more ideas. So I think this is super useful as it takes away the guessing game and you know exactly how much search volume you're going to expect from a certain keyword. So once you've selected a niche, you now want to start writing the articles. Now we're not going to do things manually, are we? Because we have ChatGPT. But please note that ChatGPT is not going to be perfect. You still have to make sure that your articles sound human. Google did say that they're not going to penalize AI written content, but you definitely want to future-proof yourself so that your content will always be safe no matter what Google decides in the future. So you can use a free tool like originality.ai to check for AI content and just make sure you pass this test at least. Alright, so in ChatGPT you can use a prompt like write 1,000-word blog posts on the best coffee machines. Put Breville Barista Express as the first one on the list and optimize for keyword best coffee machine. So then ChatGPT is going to spit out the article in blog format and it's going to list Breville as the first product as I requested. And if you wanted to write more, you can click on this one here. Now you can also do this a different way. Maybe you already have the list of 10 coffee machines to write about. So you can ask it to write a 500-word article with the pro and cons of that specific machine and it will give you that information. I find that if you do it this way, it tends to give more detailed information about each product. You can also try another tool called Jasper AI, which is a dedicated AI writing tool for blogs. I use this a lot as well. I was able to write 2,000-word product review with this tool in just 30 minutes. So it's really great. They don't normally give out free trials, but you can use my link below to get a 7-day free trial so you can play around with it. Now you might also be wondering, how many times should I use the word coffee machine in my article? Or how many images should I have? Or how long should the article be? And how do you know that the article you're writing is going to even rank on Google? You see, writing an article for a site like this is not creative writing. But it all comes down to a formula, a data-driven way to write content that ranks on Google. So the secret to this is to use a powerful tool called Surfer SEO. So instead of guessing what Google likes to rank, it will tell you what your article is missing from your images, your keywords, and even the number of paragraphs that you need. So I personally use this tool for years now, and I was able to rank new websites in a short amount of time because it will tell you exactly what Google is looking for to rank a page. So how does the tool figure this stuff out? Well, it basically studies the top ranking pages for that keyword, and it will tell you how to improve your article to outrank these pages on Google. So if you're using this tool, you can see that on the left side is where you'll dump your article in, and on the right it will tell you how many words your article should be and the number of paragraphs you should have. And if you look to the bottom, it will also tell you what keywords to use and how many times it should appear on your article. Yeah, it gets that detailed. And you generally want to get around 75 to 85 for content score, and you'll have the highest chance to rank on Google. Now, if you're using ChatGPT or Surfer, you should be able to produce a SEO optimized article in just about 2 to 3 hours. And if you get used to it, you can bring it down to maybe 1 to 2 hours. So if you write content about 3 times a week at 3 hours each, you'll have 30 articles by about 2.5 months, which is very good. And that's definitely doable even if you have a full-time job. And just think about the income potential from this side hustle that can one day replace your 9 to 5. So I know I'm going over these very quickly because the video is getting too long already. But if you want to know exactly every single step on how to build a successful website like this, I'm going to give you a free guide that you can download, link in the description below. But full disclaimer, I didn't create this guide. All credits goes to the guys at Authority Hacker. It's an incredible guide that's 60 pages long. It will teach you everything about picking the most profitable niche and how to build a website, how to rank on Google, and just everything you need to know to get up and running. So the guide is totally free. I'm not selling a course or anything. So if you want it, click on the link below and I'll send it to you for free. Alright, so like I said in the beginning of the video, one of the cons to this business is that it can take some time to generate some revenue. But as you can see, the income potential is massive. And it's arguably the best business to start on the side while you build another one that can generate income faster. So if you want to see some other business ideas that can make you money a lot quicker, click on this video right here because I just recently posted a video on 5 more ways that you can make money right now. A friend of mine just started one and he already made $500 on his first week doing it. So click on that video next and I will see you there.